Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter to have some kind of grand romantic gesture for Hope. Fiend accompanies Daphne as she flees city. Also, Finn has a big request to ask of Liam. Carter make a decision about his future. The Susurrus formerly reunited with Hope, also had to break the news to Daphne. While the nose thinks about her shattered dreams, Carter will make a romantic gesture for Hope. Carter mentioned multiple times in the once many times that he's always wanted a family. A woman. And kitties, the whole workshop. Carter truly believes that Hope is the woman to make his dream come true. Daphne is devastated over Carter's news. The nose doesn't understand it at all. Of course, there's some missing information then. Daphne doesn't know that Hope only said those words to Liam because he's dying. It's not the kind of information that Daphne needs to know. Moreover, Daphne decides to go back to Paris. Daphne ends up getting a lift from Captain Deuce Stevens. I've to wonder if the airman might move Daphne not to give up so fluently. Finn will meet up with Liam. The good croaker will have a special request for the case. While Finn has gone on with Steffi keeping Liam's secret, could effects change? The croaker has seen what a heavy risk this is taking on Steffi. Now, Steffi wouldn't release this risk unless Liam gives the go-ahead. So, I could completely see Finn's request to Liam having to do with telling everyone the verity. Grace gave Liam a parlous option. Liam will have a big decision to make about whether to move forward with the procedure or not. While Liam wants further time with his daughters, this procedure comes with great pitfalls. Hope has returned to Forrester Creations after being ousted by Steffi. Daphne was firstly brought on board to produce a hand scent and also to help trip the achievement by Hope and Carter. Daphne managed to negotiate both, and she believed that with Hope out of the way, she'd fluently be suitable to betray Carter. That has not been the case, however, because indeed with Hope down, Carter has been concentrated on winning her back, rather than moving on. Daphne realizes that Carter may never be hers after all. Falling for Carter was no way part of the deal, it just sort of happened, and Daphne has made her passions abundantly clear. They participated 2 kisses, and while Carter allowed them to be, he hit the thickets on anything further passing. Daphne has allowed Carter to vent and partake his heartache, believing that on the other side of it, there would be love, but now, that's looking enough iffy. Chancing out that Hope will be back in the office at Forrester Creations was the last thing that Daphne was awaiting. It's also the catalyst to make her seriously consider returning to Paris for good. Ridge is inversely stupefied by Hope's return. She and Steffi have had bad blood for times, and he no way anticipated his son to bring Hope back. Ridge knows that Commodity Major has to be the catalyst behind the decision, and he's also suspicious about whether or not Hope could be blackmailing Steffi. He sees Daphne, and they partake collective confusion over the situation. Daphne mentions that she's about to return to Paris, and it's Ridge who convinces her to stick around for a bit longer. As they talk, there are some sparks that make Daphne review her future at Forrester. Ridge may presently be with Taylor, and philandering after his partner, Brooke, but Daphne still catches his interest. Could Ridge help Daphne to get over Carter? More importantly, could Daphne be the woman that pulls Ridge out of his decades-old triangle with Brooke and Taylor? Carter rejects Daphne. Zend calls out the nose on her passions. Plus, Katie pressures Ridge. At Forrester Creations, Brooke sits at her office, gaping at an online composition about Bridge reuniting at the fashion show. Taylor interrupts, saying, "You look like you're enjoying your work." Brooke raves about the success of the fashion show. Brooke adds that she had Commodity Special to work with at the fashion show. "You and Ridge?" I allowed. That would be old news by now. Taylor and Brooke talk about the looker. Taylor tries to minimize the effect Brooke had on Ridge that day. Taylor claims there's nothing wrong with Ground having a moment. Taylor reasons it was good for the company. That's as far as it goes, Taylor insists. Taylor is a new woman and she has Ridge. Taylor adds that Ridge has chosen her, not Brooke. The brunette says the looker has no impact on Ridge's love for her. In office at FC, Katie tells Ridge that what Brooke said was true. Katie gushes about how so numerous people agree, it was magical. Ridge thinks they were replying to the looker. Katie thinks they were replying to Bridge. Katie gets an announcement. Brooke is on the cover of a magazine. Katie shows the cover to Ridge. Rather of responding to Katie's questions, Ridge thinks back to Brooke and that looker. Oh, he's got it bad. Ridge covers as Katie rolls her eyes. Katie knows he made a commitment to Taylor, but he easily loves Brooke. Ridge wants to be a man of his word. Katie says he's not doing anyone any favors by staying with Taylor if his heart is for Brooke. Ridge promises that he's going to be there for Taylor, he won't hurt her again. Ridge literally broke Taylor's heart, he can't do that to her again. Katie tells him that he's not being fair to Taylor by not being completely honest. Katie leaves and runs into Taylor, who was about to come in. Daphne is in an office smelling incense. Those incense bottles are like a medicine to her. The nose recalls her kiss with Carter. Zend interrupts her wool gathering and closes the door. Daphne covers, but Zend knows she was allowing about Carter. Zend says Daphne loves Carter, and she can't run from her passions. Daphne is confused. Why was Hope allowed back at FC? Zend says Carter was involved too, and some say he was the agitator, but he's allowed back. Daphne insists Hope was driving Carter to go against his morals. Daphne opens up about her passions to Zend. The developer brings up Hope. The nose thinks Hope is bad for the company. Daphne insists that Hope is looking for love away, and she's in Carter's history. The nose says she's Carter's future. At Brooks, Hope tells Carter she loves him. Carter seems so relieved. They sit on the settee. Carter can't believe Liam is dying, but Hope can lean on him. Hope virtually hops into Carter's arms. The susurrus promises no way to let Hope down ever again. They kiss. Carter asks to see Daphne alone. At the garret, the nose says she's always glad to see him. Carter admits he just saw Hope. Daphne is concerned, did he tell Hope what he eavesdropped with Liam? Daphne is getting the wrong idea and smiles as she encourages Carter that he'll find love again. The susurrus says, you're right, I have. Daphne opens up about her passions. She says the L word. Carter says that he's in love with Hope, and they're back together again. Brooke is alone in her office. Hope happily bounces by. Hope can tell Commodity is wrong and listens as Brooke reflections about Taylor. Taylor talks about her beautiful chapter with Ridge. Ridge and Brooke. Their grand love has been the show's foundation for decades, filled with passion, backstabbings, rapprochements, and numerous marriage promises. But with so numerous times of bifurcations and makeups, some suckers are beginning to wonder if this love story's still grand, or has it come a no-way ending circle? Ridge and Brooke's relationship has always been about high drama and violent emotion. But over the times, their cycle of passion, treason, and reunion has come nearly predictable. Every time they feel fated forever, and partner, a secret, or a misreading pulls them piecemeal again. The formerly thrilling love story occasionally feels more like a cleaner pieces rehearsal. Are we still lodging for them, or are we just staying for the coming bifurcation? While Ridge and Brooke's chemistry is inarguable, indeed the most iconic love stories need growth. Some suckers believe it's time for both characters to explore new, lasting connections that break their endless cycle. Taylor, especially, are lodging for Ridge to stay with his first family and leave Brooke in the dust formerly and for all. Others want them to find a way to evolve together without falling back into the same old patterns. Could a fresh twist that reignites their spark, however? Ridge and Brooke's love is iconic, but as the show continues, suckers are left asking if this couple can ever truly have their happily ever after together or just stuck in a circle of love triangles and query? As important as we enjoy seeing suckers follow their fortune, we've to admit Brooke deserves better. She's a true romantic at heart and deserves to be someone's one and only. That will no way be with Ridge and his disunited heart. At least not until he decides to put her first and foremost formerly and for all. Thank you for watching this video. And do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.